Welcome back to highlights from the United States Chess League. This is FM Mike Klein reporting. Today we'll look at the action from the second half of Week 4, where the East continued its reign over the West, winning 2 out of 3 matches, thus bringing their total to 6 out of 8 on the week. The Dallas Destiny continued to outpace their Western rivals by handling the Boston Blitz 2.5 to 1.5. On board 1, the Destiny's Christian Chirilla already achieved a winning position when the Grandmaster found the instructive simplifying sequence 39 Rook takes G7 check, leading to a 4 series of captures and checks. After Queen takes G4, his queen was out of harm's way, and the Blitz's Jorge Samor Hasbun resigned in view of more checks on D7 or C8, and the likely loss of all of his center pawns. If he instead plays King H6, then Rook takes D5 is playable, as Queen A1 check and the White King can now hide on H2. Board 2 was a well-played draw, and although the Blitz got a win on board 3 from Vadim Metarasov, on board 4, Travis Gunther of the Dallas Destiny prevailed in a 4-queen game to give the West their only win of the week. Also winning 2.5 to 1.5 were the Connecticut Dreadnoughts, who kept pace atop the East by beating the St. Louis Archbishops. Connecticut's top player, GM Robert Hess, beat the Week 3 Game of the Week winner Ben Feingold on board 1, but the Dreadnoughts' other GM was upset on board 2. The match rested on IM Justin Sarkar's shoulders, and he showed good play in an opposite side's castling counterattack. IM Levan Bagradze tried the desperate 24 Rook takes H2 to lure White's king into the open, but Sarkar simply ignored it, and a few checks later, Black had nowhere to go. The c-file is obviously taboo, while after King E7, Queen G5 check neutralizes counterplay and leaves White up a boatload of material. Bagradze decided to resign. In the final match of the week, New England got their first win of the year with 2 wins and 2 draws against the struggling Miami Sharks. On board 1, the Sharks' only Grandmaster, Julio Becerra, had White, but he didn't try anything topical against Grandmaster Sam Shanklin's Caro-Kann, and the two drew without incident. The Nor'easter's Grandmaster Alex Ivanov continued the Week 4 trend of the Exchange Spanish, and he won against FM Eric Rodriguez. But in one of the shortest games of the young USCL season, National Master Andrew Wang declined the Smith-Morra Gambit and quickly became the attacker himself. He created weaknesses with 13 Queen C7. Then after G3, he repositioned his knights to invade. 16 F4 didn't help White, as Wang's reply Bishop H3 continued the invasion. Alvarez decided he'd had enough, as Rook E1 is answered by Queen B6 check, and if Knight D4, one way to win is Queen takes D4 check, Queen takes D4, Knight F3 check, winning back the Queen with interest. If, after Queen B6 check, White prefers King H1, then Queen F2, Rook G1, Queen F3 check is decisive. If Alvarez puts his Rook on F2 instead, then Knight G4 with similar Queen B6 check ideas is also decisive. It's back to divisional play in Week 5, where the Knights and Dreadnoughts will face off in a battle of first-place teams, while a slew of Western Division teams try to get themselves back to 500. We'd like to thank our sponsors, PokerStars, Chess.com, and the ICC.